Swimming pools, a place where people have the most fun and at the same time it is a place where people urinate and sweat in. This got us wondering about how clean swimming pools actually are. To know what is currently being done to clean our pools, we've arranged to meet with Bapak Suwardiman who has been maintaining pools for
4 tahun nih.
Terus, apakah ada cara yang mudah untuk mengetahui kalau air kolam udah kayak cukup bersih?
Cukup banget dilihat dengan jernih, lantai terlihat dasar, terus kalau hanya tes hanya pH klorin gitu aja gitu.
The pH test that Bapak Suwardiman is referring to would look like this. We can get a water sample from the deeper part of the pool water and add the yellow solution into it to measure the chlorine levels of the pool, while the red liquid is to measure the pH.
Terus pH dan alkalinitas yang ideal untuk air kolam itu kira-kira berapa?
Kalau untuk kolam renang itu sebenarnya 7,2 sampai 7,6. Nah, kalau klorin baru 1 sampai 1,5 ppm. Itu ideal untuk kolam renang.
You can see here the test result of the pH and the chlorine of the school swimming pool.
So what happens when these chlorine levels are not ideal?
Too little chlorine or less than the ideal would cause algae to form, while too much chlorine can cause irritation and discomfort on our skin.
Seberapa sering ya penggunaan skincare di kolam?
Pada prinsipnya lebih sering lebih bagus, cuman kita nggak standby di sini, akhirnya kita bisa periode seminggu sekali atau seminggu 2 kali, tergantung nanti cuaca juga sama keinginan owner.
Biasa menggunakan produk yang mengandung klorin saja atau ada menggunakan kayak campuran dengan bahan lain?
Nah, kalau yang saya pakai, sebenarnya pengobatan kolam itu ada beberapa cara ya, diantaranya dengan garam, klorin, terus metode dengan klorin yaitu yang konvensional sama ozon juga ada, cuman umumnya di Indonesia itu adanya yang klorin. Terus kedua garam.
Garam juga ya.
The process of adding chlorine or non-chlorine pool chemicals into pool water is called shocking. Non-chlorine pool chemicals include bromine, which has similar properties to that of chlorine and is a halogenic compound, as well as ozonation, which uses the infusion of ozone, a gas composed of 3 oxygen atoms, into pool water. Getting the right chemicals for shocking is critical for keeping the pool water crystal clear. The salt that Bapak Suwardiman meant is not your ordinary table salt. It is calcium salt or calcium hypochlorite. This calcium hypochlorite dissolves in water to form hypochlorous acid, the main sanitizing component.
Boleh nggak langsung kayak berenang gitu atau harus tunggu berapa jam?
Tergantung kimia yang dipakai ya. Kalau kimia yang dipakai itu jenisnya bubuk, memang harus menunggu rata. Cuman yang saya pakai ini kan yang padat, jadinya langsung bisa dipakai. Kalau bubuk dia kan dikhawatirkan konsentrasi klorin itu hanya terkonsentrasi pada satu titik. Nah, manakala saat dipakai, nah di situ kan berakibat bisa iritasi.
Another alternative to pouring chlorine directly into pools, which is called dosing, would be with the help of modern technology. Table salt or sodium chloride can be broken down using electricity into one of its components, chlorine. This way, the pool water does not need to be changed. This alternative was introduced due to the dangerous chlorine spikes in manual dosing. In other words, it takes a while for the chlorine to dilute and react for it to be safe to swim. This inconsistent chlorine levels can be easily overcome with the help of electrolysis systems, although it may be very much more expensive than manual dosing.
Now when it comes to peeing the pool, someone always knows someone who does it. Knowing that chlorine has got their backs, wouldn't it react with the pool water to get rid of the nasty substances?
That's actually not the case. There's this substance called ammonia that enters the swimming pool from our bodies when we sweat and when some people, urinate in the swimming pool. It can also come from other substances such as sunscreens, lotions, and cosmetics that people use.
The chlorine in swimming pools actually react with ammonia. So in this reaction, ammonia reacts with chloride or hypochlorite to form chloramines. As we add more ammonia, it can form different forms of chloramines, such as dichloramines and trichloramines. This trichloramine right here is actually the cause for that heavy chlorine smell the swimming pools typically have. It's ironic how people refer to this heavy chlorine smell as newly cleaned swimming pools, when it actually comes from a compound called chloramine. Chloramine forms from the reaction between chlorine in swimming pools and the ammonia released from our bodies.
The problem is that the more chlorine forms chloramines, less chlorine is present in the pool water. This means we have to add more and more chlorine to get rid of the chloramine and keep the level safe.
In short, the more hygiene people practice, the less ammonia there would be in the pools, and the cleaner pools stay. From here, we want to know whether the people around us knows what happens when we don't practice proper hygiene. Do you shower before you enter a swimming pool?
No.
Why?
Same thing. Water and water.
Do you shower before you go to the swimming pool?
No.
No.
Iron, sir.
Why?
Useless. So I shower after.
For us, you shower, swimming pool shower, waste water.
Nevertheless, I'm actually surprised at the number of people who thinks that it is okay not to shower before swimming. A lot of people think that chlorine is meant to get rid of the sweat and urine that people bring into it. But the opposite actually happens. Ammonia from the sweat and urine actually reduces the effect chlorine has into it, making the pool less clean.
But did you know that chloramine does more than just reducing the effect of chlorine in our pools? Chloramine strips away the skin's natural oils and destroys the skin's natural barrier, allowing bacterial allergens to enter, causing skin irritation. Normal people with normal skin may get away with this, but for people with skin problems such as eczema, the skin can become very dry and itchy. And people with eczema may resort to scratching, which causes further damage to the skin barrier, letting more allergens enter the skin and causing bacterial infections. What a vicious cycle it is. Furthermore, chloramines may affect other parts of the body too. People can get dry hair, dry and itchy eyes, and sometimes people may end up drinking a little bit more of the swimming pool water, which will then cause dry and itchy throat as well.
Therefore, we should all practice good hygiene before entering swimming pools to keep the production of chloramines as low as possible. Thanks for watching.